At the end of 2022, I had just under 8,000 followers on TikTok. Fast forward 12 months and I ended 2023 with just over 140,000 followers on TikTok. It seems like a crazy jump, and it is, but the reality is it was a whole lot easier to achieve than you might think. First things first, I want to make it clear that I don't actually like to use social media. I'm a very private person. I like to keep to myself. I like to keep my circle small. You know how it is. But I realized that with social media, I can use it as a tool, a platform for me to share my knowledge and share my experience to those who are just like how I used to be. And by doing that, I can actually help them to have a much easier or a much more beneficial journey to success. Also, I wanted to start an education company for young Muslims, teaching them how to make halal money online, and social media was the best way to market this. It took me just over a year to reach under 8,000 followers, and to be honest, all I did was just volume. Every single day I was trying to post multiple videos as much as I can, and eventually that's what helped me to reach that 8,000. But I didn't have any sort of strategy, no idea what I was actually doing. And even after I managed to hit that 8,000 followers, I was still continuing to post at least 2 to 3 videos a day, and I even hired a team to help manage my social media just so that I could stay consistent. But like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any sort of social media strategy. What I was actually doing is anytime I had some sort of idea or a thought that came to my head, I would get on my phone, I would open Twitter, and I would just type it out, and I would press send or tweet or whatever. I would post it, and then I would use that as a script. So I would have one phone here reading the script, another phone here recording the video. All I would do is just read my tweets out loud. Some of them would do good and some of them not so good. So there was no crazy, detailed, overcomplicated strategy like a lot of other people will be telling you to use. It was just documenting and narrating my thoughts in a written and also a video format. But you see, the problem with this kind of strategy is that I didn't put in the work beforehand. Now, if I'd focused on building up a loyal audience, then okay, maybe I could do that kind of strategy and it would work and I would get better results. But because I didn't do this and I just started from scratch following this kind of strategy, a lot of the videos didn't really perform well. A lot of things got misunderstood in context, and the things that did perform well generally had a lot of controversy to it. And if you're trying to grow a brand on social media for yourself or for your business, maybe you're experiencing similar issues and similar results. So what is it that I did to change that? I started planning and putting more thought into my content. I created content that spoke to my audience. I thought carefully about who I wanted to target, what they wanted to see and hear, and what information I could share to encourage them to take action. And then I actually took the time to create tweets on Twitter that were made for this specific reason. And one thing I noticed is that the tweets that were performing well also performed well when I turned them into TikTok videos, provided that they were delivered with the correct energy. So if you go onto my Twitter account, you'll see my pinned tweet. It says something like, imagine living in a Muslim country, working from your laptop, making halal money, etc, etc. It's basically a marketing tweet that is speaking to the desires of my targeted audience. Because what I'm saying is, imagine having the life that you desire, and also imagine having a solution that could actually enable you to achieve the life you desire one day. Now that tweet did really well, so I decided to take that exact same tweet and I turned it into a video and I posted it on TikTok, and it did absolutely shit. I don't even think that video got over 1,000 views. It was that bad. But I was confused because it performed well on Twitter, so why wasn't it performing well on TikTok? So I decided to sit down with one of my cousins. Now this is someone who understands social media. He's got many years of experience, worked with a lot of influencers. So I sat with him to get his feedback, and he told me straight up that the video was shit. There was no energy. I looked like I'm falling asleep. The delivery was so bad, it actually was making him want to go to sleep. So that's when I realized what I was saying was good, but how I was saying it was not good. So that's when I started to practice on my delivery and my tonality and the speed and tempo and all these little things that we don't even think to think of. I recreated that exact same video, but this time with energy and passion, and then the video blew up. Just from that one video, I gained an extra 30,000 followers on TikTok. And in terms of revenue generated for Muslim millionaires, I believe that one video generated around $3,000. But then I went back to my old strategy because I was an idiot. I started to make mistakes again. And the results just weren't coming in until eventually I realized what I was doing wrong and I sought to fix it. So I repeated the same strategy which had actually worked, and I created about 15 videos. And from those 15 videos, one video went crazy viral. It took me from 30,000 to 50,000 overnight. And then when I checked up in a few days, I saw I had over 100,000 followers on TikTok. So then what I did was I was smart. I took that exact same video and I said to my editor, this video has worked. Now what I want you to do is edit it again with different clips, different captions, different animations, make it better, create a few different ones. And he did that, he sent it to me. And then I posted it again and that video blew up again, and it helped me to reach from 100,000 to almost 150,000. So just from 3 posts, 3 videos on TikTok, I grew over 100,000 followers. And I had less than 10,000 followers to begin with in that 12-month period. So what can we take away from this video? Like, what have you learned that you can then go away and actually apply to be able to get similar results? The key thing is that it's not about quantity, it is about quality. Now, when you're posting a high volume of content, a lot of quantity, it helps to build social proof because people can see, you've been in the game for a while, you've been doing this for a long time, you've got a lot of content out there, and it also helps to show that you have some discipline because you're a consistent person. But when you start posting quality content, it shows people that you actually know what you're doing and what you're talking about. So if you can post a large quantity of high quality content, you will dominate social media. But right now, what I want you guys to do is go and sit down and give yourself maybe 1 hour. In that 1 hour, I want you to just focus on creating some of the best content that you've ever created in your life. Focus on the hook so that you can capture their attention. Then how are you going to carry on from the hook to get to the main body of text and deliver the information? And finally, how are you going to end the video with a good CTA or call to action to get them to do what you want? You need to break your video down. You need to break your script down into these 3 sections. And you really need to focus and take your time on each section. And once you've created the perfect script, what I want you to do is record that video 10 times. And then what I want you to do is watch all of those attempts. So you've recorded the video 10 times. I want you to sit there and watch all of those 10 videos. And you have to be honest with yourself and give yourself feedback. And if you know that you can't be honest with yourself, if you know that you're always going to have some sort of bias, you need to find someone who will give you that feedback. Preferably someone that you know that always keeps it real, isn't afraid to say it how it is, and get them to give you the feedback and give you advice and tips and tricks, whatever. And then from those 10 videos, you're not going to post any of them because you're going to post the 11th video. You take the experience that you've got from recording those 10 videos combined with the feedback from the person who gave you that honest, straight to the point feedback. And then you're going to go back and you're going to sit down and you're going to edit your script. You're going to make all the little tweaks that you need to, and you're going to record your 11th video. And that is going to be the perfect one. And inshallah, that is going to be the video that blows up. Worst case scenario, it doesn't blow up. It's just like an ordinary video. That's not the end of the world because you've actually got real data, real key facts and points that you can go back and reference. You can analyze, look at the analytics, and you can see what did well and what didn't. Maybe it was because of the location that you recorded the video. Maybe it was because of what you wore or how you looked that specific day. And then you need to think, what kind of changes, what kind of tweaks can I make that will make my content more appealing to my desired target audience? Even if it means you only post 1 video a week. If that 1 video is the best possible video that you could create, it is worth it. Because it's still a win and you are still 1 step closer to blowing up on social media.